Everyone can relate to the struggle of not having enough money. You know those days where you're just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. And on a recent Reddit forum, user Gold Lattes wanted users to put their money where their mouth is, asking the question, what's the brokest thing you've ever done? Ooh. Everyone seemed to be able to relate to being broke as a joke, with one person admitting to making ketchup soup for dinner, to another who flat out admitted to stealing toilet paper from her job. So ladies, what is the cheapest way you conserved your coin?
Oh, the ways. My God, so many.
That's a lot.
I know I did many things, but one thing I still do today, how many of y'all, when you go to Starbucks or McDonald's, you get a little more napkins than you need and you stock up that car? You stocked up that car, both sides. You put them in your glove compartment. For sure. Well, I never had a car. I don't have a car now. But growing up in New York City, obviously everybody takes the subway, but even at some point in my career when I didn't have money like that, they would have red carpet events in New York City, and I literally would get on the train. At the time I was staying in New Jersey. Sorry, I was staying in New Jersey. So I would take the train into the city, and I literally would change my clothes for red carpets on the train.
Oh, yeah.
And walk out and have a bag, and I would put the bag by a payphone. And I would put stuff in there. I would come in stuff that if it went missing, it was fine. Yeah. But I wasn't comfortable, like flip-flops or, that sounds crazy, right? Like I literally would have like flip-flops or like sweats and a tank top. And then I would have like the dress and the heels that I was gonna wear for the red carpet. And I would put them in a bag, and I would change on the train, put the clothing that I had on the flip-flops, and I would leave it like on the corner of the street, like somewhere where nobody would move it or touch it. Yeah. And if I went back and it was still there, boom, I had my flip-flops, and if I didn't, it was okay. Yeah. But people wouldn't know that I was coming like with no car service.
Was there ever
and
a
I
moment...
would come around the corner and literally be like this, like... But my stuff was left in the corner of the street because you can't run up and down the steps or running for a train in heels. That wasn't gonna work. Totally. So I have done some broke things in my life. Yes. And I think about those times, and I'm just so grateful. Every time you take like an Uber or you can afford a taxi in New York City, like I'm just so grateful. Yes. You know, I remember that, and I never forget that. And I'll tell my children those stories too. Yeah.
I've been broke where I've been looking for money all through my house. You know, my younger days, I used to go, check all the cushions and check my pockets and stuff like that. When I was younger, before that, I couldn't afford a prom dress, so I made my own prom dress.
Okay.
It was cheaper to do that. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
and
super
I made
dope.
it at the home ec office because they had the sewing machine and all the fabric. So yeah, I stole that. That's like in my early comedy days when I couldn't afford, like, you know, I needed a ride and nobody could get me a ride, I would actually park. And then, you know, when I come back from my trip, you know how you get a ticket to get in? Yes. I would go and get a ticket so it would be less. So like if I was going... So it looked like I was only there for a day instead of 5 days.
But your car was really parked for 5 days.
Right. Ooh, that's what I used to... Don't y'all do that. Do not do that. No, they have you on camera now. You go to jail.
Did you guys have to, like...
I know.
Did you guys have to, like, wash out your Ziploc bags? Because back in the day, like the plastic bags used to be so expensive. Yeah. So we literally had to wash those out, kind of flip it and dry it. Yeah. And then also I could remember growing up, all I wanted was a brand name cereal. Like we couldn't afford like the regular Lucky Charms or like the real Cheerios. For breakfast, you guys, we used to have rice.
Cheerios, huh?
Cheerios, something like that. And then for breakfast, we used to have rice and eggs because that's all my mom could afford for everybody to have breakfast. And then also, I remember, I actually have a scar from my sister pulling out this tray where we used to have bread, cheese, and jelly for breakfast every single day. And one time my sister made it and she pulled it out and she kind of burned, you know, my arm right here. And people are like, oh my God, you know, what happened there? And I tell the story and they're like, well, you know, you can get that lasered off. No, I don't want that lasered off. That reminds me of our very humble beginnings. And a lot of people don't know that, you know, because we had a show at a very young age.
Good food is some of the best food. Yes. Hey, that's how the tuna punch challenge came up. I wasn't wasting my tuna fish. I had made some tuna fish. I spilled some punch in it. I was like, oh, we just gonna make this work.